Hello, hello, hello. What ho? Welcome back to another exciting adventure of the Plain Truth 2.0. I'm your host, Travel Mateus, also on Radio Free Anarchy. I am making a video right now because I have been thrown back into this fascination that I have with what we see on the horizon. And however, my statement is going to remain to be the same. It's just going to be against what I think people who are in this discussion, from what I have experienced, and Bobby makes this statement in his description notes on the video, I think it was, where he recognizes that it's possible that there is a mirage, but that in his mind, the way he's looking at it, the amount of space that would be required to fit into what he's looking at, because he's thinking it's a vertical image, he's thinking it's two-dimensional. That's not my position. I have made many videos trying to explain the way of looking at the distance when we're talking about these events. Okay, so I'm not going to anyway, so again, this video is just a correction because I started, and as I continued to watch this video, I saw that I was incorrect in my interpretation, but my explanation for it is still going to be the same. So that's what we're going to be looking at real quick right here. All right, and just real quick, this is the okay. So it is my position that the horizon is always the result of the condition of the medium through which you were looking. And the way it presents itself is in categories that have been classified scientifically. If you want to look them up, I'll try to remember to include the information. But Andrew Thomas Young, I am actually in live correspondence with him right now about observations that I'm making, because I'm trying to get information that I don't find in his information, but I see out in nature. Okay, there's a disconnect. The things that I see out in nature, and then I read about what people talk about when we're talking about these things out in nature, I don't read the things that I'm like making connections with. So now I'm asking him questions to see if he can like follow me in terms of where I'm going to make my argument. So my position is this primarily, fundamentally and primarily. In this image and in this image, those horizons are not at the same place, at the same time, in the same location. They are not. It moves, right? And if you think about the claim that goes into this, that is that this is where the edge of the globe Earth is, because water follows the convexity of the gravitational whatever hoozy, right? So on the other side of that point where we can no longer see any water, that's where the downhill grade comes, except for the fact that this boat is coming up, this is what Bobby thinks, is coming up over that gradual parabolic curve that when you see it at such short distances, by golly, it kind of looks flat. But the point at which both people have a limitation to their observation is right here. Like if I were standing next to Bobby right now and we were both watching the same thing, we would both see the same thing. But I'm never going to have to appeal to a spherical Earth to explain why I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Just doing some review research over the past week and have just continued to navigate through this discussion of what the horizon is, because everything that we're going to see right now is focused at what is happening at the horizon. these claims about boats going over the curve have another alternative explanation that needs to be reconsidered, because it's not given in an even-handed way. If you look up, say, Big Think Flat Earth, they're not going to give you an even-handed presentation of these are the two options. They are going to belittle flat earthers, and they're not going to represent what they think appropriately. In this simplified understanding of what celestial navigation is by B Flat, he walks you through in a very simple way to understand how we operate. We do not operate based on what's below our feet any deeper than where we're standing. That's the reference point. My position and the horizon, right? The degrees around me, all the way around 360 degrees, and then only 180 degrees above me, because guess what? I don't go anywhere below my feet ever, right? So that's where my plane of existence is. Are you following the abstraction that is my mind right now? Because it's making sense to me, right? Wherever you're standing, wherever you're boating, if you're in the middle of the ocean, that point of reference is the limitation of your physical existence, because you have to, at that point, extend yourself to see what else is out there, right? And you can only move in one direction. You're only at one point at one time. And if you're not at the other point anymore, what's going on back there? So you have to abstract the distance to a certain extent to talk about it, right? So if I look here and there's the mountain in front of me, and I turn all the way around, right? My vision has a 360 degree perimeter. Now, how far away is that perimeter? That's a good question, right? That's where the horizon comes in. So this other channel is Bobby Shafto, and the guy is just as dedicated to making quality content. I don't have any personal issues with Bobby whatsoever. I have given him a kick to the shins at times. I have been very shin kicky-ing. And I'm gonna try not to do that right now. I'm gonna try just to say this is another way of looking at what he's saying. Okay? And my suggestion to you is, does that seem like a viable alternative to you? You've heard his explanation with only visual interpretation. He's looking at the same thing that we're looking at. He saw it in real time. I've seen this stuff in real time, and I wouldn't interpret it the way he is. The question is, who has the best argument for their position?